Now this is the story of a person on Twitter by the name Trevor who received a message that they thought was gross after refunding a reservation at a restaurant after an unexpected illness. The victim of the message shared the conversation they had with the owner of the restaurant in a tweet that went viral with over 100,000 likes. Last month, we had to cancel our Boston trip after I was hospitalized. As a result, I had to use travel insurance to get my money back on our hotel, train, and restaurant reservations. Today, I got this message from the restaurant at Table Boston. The restaurant by the name Table markets themselves as a cozy, upmarket Italian restaurant where guests are encouraged to come hungry and be friendly, but Trevor found the experience was anything but cozy and definitely far from friendly. This was the message that Trevor unexpectedly received. Hi Trevor, I own Table Restaurant in Boston. I just wanted to personally thank you for screwing over my restaurant and my staff when you disputed your cancellation fee. I really hope in the future you have more respect for restaurants, especially small businesses such as mine. Pathetic. However, after their initial shock, Trevor wasn't scared to share his initial thoughts back to the restaurant owner, calling the message gross and informing them that he was forced to cancel due to hospitalization. Wow, my stomach turns with the gross decision to search for, find, and direct message a customer like this. Despite that shock, I hope the following message finds you well. Firstly, I want to express my disappointment and shock at the tone and content of your message. As a patron and supporter of independent restaurants, I understand the challenges small businesses face, particularly in a post-COVID world. My decision to use my credit card's travel insurance to address the lofty cancellation fee was not made lightly and certainly not with the intention to screw over your establishment or your staff. It is crucial to note that my cancellation was due to unforeseen circumstances, specifically hospitalization, which falls under the protection of my travel insurance. This was not a matter of disrespect or disregard of your business, but a legitimate use of my customer rights under exceptional circumstances of finding myself in the ER. Secondly, my husband did call the restaurant and was told it was out of their control and to take it up with my credit card if I was so butthurt. The decision to reach out to a customer with such a scalding and disparaging message is frankly outstanding. Such actions not only damage the rapport you have with your patrons, but also reflect poorly on your establishment's professionalism and customer service ethos. Given the nature of our interaction and your approach to this situation, I will no longer be considering Table for my upcoming rebooked Boston plans next month. I will also be sharing my experience within my network and publicly, as it is important for potential customers to be aware of how situations like mine are handled. Moving forward, I hope you will consider a more empathetic and professional approach when dealing with similar situations. The success of small businesses is something I deeply care about, but mutual respect and understanding are paramount. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I wish you and particularly your staff all the best. Have a day you deserve. The restaurant owner then responded to this message by saying, first, you are not a customer. Second, usually when people have a sensitive issue, they reach out to a restaurant and cancel via phone and have a mature professional conversation instead of disputing their credit card charge, which is hurtful to any business and their staff. I'm embarrassed you don't get it. Again, I truly hope you have more respect for restaurants in the future. To which Trevor responded, it is disappointing to witness the continuation of these aggressive responses. Let me address your points succinctly. Firstly, to state that I am not a customer simply because I exercised my rights under extenuating circumstances is not only incorrect, but also dismissive of the very nature of our initial transaction. By making a reservation, I entered into a customer relationship with your establishment, a fact that remains true regardless of the unforeseen cancellation. Furthermore, your assertion that I did not communicate appropriately is a clear indication that my previous message was not read thoroughly or was misunderstood. For clarity, I did indeed reach out to your restaurant to explain my situation, a point that seems to have been overlooked in your response. To quote the above, my husband did call the restaurant and was told it was out of their control and to take it up with my credit card if I was so butthurt. The decision to involve my credit card company was driven by the insurance policy tied to it, designed specifically to protect customers in situations such as mine. This process was not a direct choice against your establishment, but a necessary step given the circumstances. Your continued focus on the method of dispute rather than the legitimate reasons behind it is concerning. It reflects a rigid stance that fails to consider the complexities and nuances of customer experiences, particularly in extraordinary situations. I had hoped for a more understanding and constructive exchange, but instead, your responses have only solidified my decision to disengage from any further patronage or communication with your restaurant. In the future, I will encourage a more empathetic and open-minded approach to customer service and communication. Understanding and flexibility in the face of unforeseen events can significantly impact customer relationships and reputation of your business. I have taken it upon myself to do a little research on your behalf. I will recommend taking this course on how how to interact with customers. Respectfully, I'm embarrassed you don't get it. Again, I truly hope you have more respect for customers in the future. After Trevor sent their messages, the owner then proceeded to post about Trevor on her business and personal social media pages by saying, "Boo-hoo," then call and cancel and explain. Disputing a cancellation fee is wrong. I spoke to about a dozen business owners today who shared their frustrations in people walking all over them and disputing their credit card charges. This has to stop. The lack of respect and entitlement is gross. And just when he thought it couldn't get any worse, the restaurant owner then proceeded to Trevor's DMs to say, "So, you used your credit card travel insurance for our policy and then disputed your fee. Even worse, you are reimbursed. Don't ever say you have respect for small independent restaurants, because you don't. FYI, that's also called insurance fraud. Also, nobody on my staff spoke to your husband in that manner. Not a single human on my staff would ever use the words "but hurt." Shame on you. We are done here." To which Trevor responded, "I find it necessary to address your latest message with a level of clarity and closure. It appears there may be a fundamental misunderstanding of the insurance process and its implications, which I will attempt to clarify. Upon encountering an unforeseen circumstance that prevented me from honoring our reservation, I followed the standard procedure advised by my credit card. This process involves me first contacting the restaurant, which I did. Then once that did not resolve the issue, making a claim for the situation at hand, after which the credit card company handles the matter according to their policies and agreements with businesses. My role in this process ends upon the submission of the claim. The actions taken by the credit card company thereafter, including any disputes, are conducted under their discretion and authority, not mine. It is disheartening to see such accusations being made without a full grasp of the facts. Regarding our communication, it is regrettable that your tone and reactions have devolved into a discussion and strange behaviors that veers far away from professionalism. While I understand the importance of every dollar to a small business, the insistence of painting this situation as a reflection of my respect for small businesses is a narrative that overlooks not only basic human decency, but the facts of what happened. Moreover, the actions of blocking then unblocking me on social media while continuing to publicly disparage my actions have only added to the discord. This approach prevents me from responding or defending myself, which feels both unfair and frankly childish. Such behavior does little to foster understanding or resolve our dispute constructively. Regrettably, the path taken has been one of escalation rather than reconciliation. It is indeed unfortunate that this situation has led you to publicly shame me on your professional platforms. Such actions, while within your right, do not foster a space of positive customer service and taint the reputation of your accolades and the respect they have earned you. In closing, I wish to reiterate my disappointment in how this situation has unfolded and been handled. It was never my wish to cause undue harm or stress to your establishment. This correspondence will be my final on the matter, as it is clear that further dialogue will not lead to a productive outcome for either of us. I wish you and your restaurant the best in your future endeavors." After Trevor's message, the owner then started sending legal threats. "Our legal team has been contacted. We privately messaged you and you chose to take this public. The amount of slander that the business is receiving is absolutely horrific. You will be hearing from our lawyers." Now, it's actually super insane that the Table Boston owner is complaining about Trevor taking this public when it seems that they also took it public on their social media pages. This isn't the first time the owner of Table Restaurant has been rude towards customers, as can be seen from her responses to any review below a 5-star. In this one review, where a customer claimed that one of the waitresses in the restaurant was discourteous, the owner replied by saying, "Nobody scolded you. That was the most bizarre thing anybody has literally ever said. We are not running a childcare. You cancelled last minute and you were charged. That's really the end of the story. I'm not quite sure why you felt the need to write something here. This whole experience is incredibly insane. I mean, what would you do if you were in this situation? Comment down below, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video."